Darlings, sexy Mrs. Claus is here to serve you some fish. Darlings, did I fool you? It's not Mrs. Claus, it's me, Tara Hoot. But I am going to serve you some fish, not just my face. Oh, it's also going to be a festival of the 7 fishes, well, a feast of the 7 fishes, and it's something that's traditionally done on Christmas Eve. It's an Italian-American, with some roots in Italy, festival, fun feast of just fishes. So we're going to cook some of those because I miss having all of you over to my house for this glorious party. Darlings, now what exactly is 7 fishes? You know, I did tell you it's a feast of 7 fishes. It's Italian-American thing that my husband has done for years and years, and they stopped, and we started it up about 12 years ago, and we just decided to do something, you know, some historic recipes from his family, things that are more traditional, and then mix it up a little bit with some other things. All right, some delicious dishes. First thing we're going to start with is ceviche. Oh, I love a good ceviche. Let's just come down here and look at this bowl, all right? So what do we have in here, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between? We have some shrimp, we have some little scallops, we have some codfish, all right? We just cut all that up. Now, Tara Hoot, where did you go fishing to get this fish? I actually use frozen fish. Okay, I don't know if that's kosher. That's what I do. I've made it for 12 years like this. No one's ever gotten sick. But I suggest that you don't sue me if you get sick, if you make this at home, all right? It's all your fault if you do it on your own. Be careful, be careful. So this is just frozen fish that I've defrosted, and I'm gonna soak it with a bunch of citrus juices, right? This essentially cooks it. So I like to do a mix of citrus juices. Oh, look at that. That was perfect. I think I'm going to stop there, so I have a little bit left over. Now what am I going to do with this? I'm going to mix it up, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, I'm going to let it sit like that so it cooks, alright? So it cooks, it gets nice and opaque, it gets some of that citrus flavor in there. So let it sit for at least 30 minutes, probably about an hour, and I'm going to mix some new things in and make a tasty, tasty treat. Alright, now while that ceviche is in the refrigerator, cooking, alright, you know, I cut up all of these citrus things and citrus fruits, and I didn't want to just throw those away, so I just come over to the little oven here. I've made a nice little potpourri, this delicious potpourri, cute little cinnamon stick, hello, some ground cloves, some cardamom pods, and it'll just be a delicious, effervescent, lovely smell in the air while we're cooking fish, all right? So then I want you to go back down this way. Just look at me. No. Okay, we're gonna open this. Ladies and gentlemen, germs, here we go. What is that? Okay. That's been sitting in there for 3 days. Right, that's baklava, salt cod. Lots of cultures around the world have this where you just salt it, all the meat, let it store forever. All right, so essentially you have to get rid of some of that salt. So you soak it for 3 days, and we're gonna have 2 delicious recipes that we're gonna make with that salted cod, the baklava, and I can't wait to share these recipes with you. Okay, so now this baklava is all cut. So we equally divided it into 2 different groupings, all right? So we have some hot oil that we're gonna fry some in, and I have some other water here. Let me just turn this burner on. Oh, we're gonna bring it to a nice simmer. So essentially, one of these baklavas is fried, the other one we're gonna make into a nice, like, sort of spinachy mash. All right, so we're just gonna put this salt cod in here. Come a little closer. You can see my kitchen assistant cut these into nice, lovely chunks. All right, so we're just gonna let this simmer, and we're gonna start frying the other fish and get that ready and start making the delicious sauces. Darlings, I'm using this delightful cookbook called Cucina Ebraica, Flavors of the Italian Jewish Kitchen. I love that, all right? So these flavors, this is what we're using to recall my husband's Italian Catholic background, all right? And we're gonna make these delicious things. Well, come on over here. Let's look at this pan, dear. All right, just go closer. What's in there? So we're gonna finish up this, the fried version. So that's, basically it's 2 onions and 3 cloves of garlic, minced and just cooked in olive oil so it's nice and translucent, about 8 minutes. And then we're gonna add to that, we're gonna add a cup of white wine. Ooh. Delicious. We'll let that bubble up. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit, okay? And as that cooks in there, we're also gonna add some anchovies. All right, delicious anchovies been chopped in oil. Oh, it's delicious. And then we're gonna add 4 cups of this delicious tomato sauce that I made today. I made it fresh. It's delightful, it's delicious. Just tomatoes with salt, pepper, some olive oil, maybe a touch of sugar, depending on how sweet you want it. All right, and it's delicious. We're gonna let this simmer. We're gonna put the fried fish. And you know what? Before we go to the other dish, look at this delightful, delicious. It's like a little popcorn shrimp, all right, but it's not. It's just fried. We fried that in a little bit of flour. And olive oil is just delicious, delicious. So we're just gonna put this fried fish right in here. We're gonna let it sit and cook for about 15 minutes. All right, while this is cooking, we're gonna get started on the cod with the spinach. Oh, darlings, just putting some finishing touches on that bechamel sauce. I think if you've watched all 400 videos I've done on my little channels here, I think the most popular thing I make is a bechamel sauce. All right, when in doubt, covered in cream, you can't go wrong. So this is the spinach dish that we're making, the spinach with the salt cod. So I made this delicious bechamel sauce with basically 2 cups. It's in that same gorgeous cookbook I talked about earlier. It's 2 cups of milk with some flour and butter that you can thicken it with. It's just tasty, tasty, tasty. So how do we put this dish together? All right, so remember we have this boiled cod, which doesn't sound so delicious, but it is. All right, the boiled, and we have 2 pounds of spinach cooked down. I promise this is not frozen. It's frozen. I didn't have fresh spinach. All right, so it's frozen spinach. We're just gonna mix this in here. All right, and then you're just gonna pour this delicious sauce, this bechamel sauce, over on top of it. And then we're gonna mix it, stir it, and we're gonna pour it in this delightfully buttered pan and put it in the oven at 350 degrees, covered in breadcrumbs for about 20 minutes until it's nice, bubbly, crunchy, and delicious. Darlings, let's finish up this ceviche. So that delicious spinach dish, codfish is in the oven, just getting bubbly, crispy, delicious. So what I did here was I drained this fish. Now something else I like to think about when I'm buying fish, I don't know about you, but I always like to find it if it's been like caught in the wild, not farmed. When I think of farmed fish, I think of this pool that just catches all the runoff from around, like giant big old just poo water. All right, we don't want that. We don't want that farmed fish. All right, generally I think the wild caught is better as long as we don't overfish. All right, so we have fishes, we need that fish. I'll stop talking. We're gonna make this ceviche. So I drained all this fresh citrus out, all right, because I like to refresh it again. So I can squeeze some more delicious citruses. Let's pour this in here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And I have an entire bunch of cilantro, because I just love cilantro. I'm just gonna pour that in there too. Oh, it's delicious. And then I have 2 red onions that we chopped up. Let's put that in there. Oh, delightful, delightful. You just mix it up, mix it up. You can have tortilla chips, you can use crackers, you can eat it with a spoon for all I care. It's a delicious, refreshing twist that you can have for 7 fishes or any time, and it's easy to make, it's healthy, it's delicious. Darlings, doesn't this all just look so delicious? All right, took us no time at all to make this dinner. I haven't been in makeup for 5 hours at all while we've been doing this. Okay, but just for you, it's delicious, delicious Christmas Eve, Feast of the 7 Fishes. Of course, this is only 3 fishes, all right? Sometimes I have the Pepperidge Farm goldfish, little Swedish fish. We make squid sauce, we make fried calamari. Our cousins bring over, what is that? Baked crab dip. Is just delicious. You can be creative, you can bring in your own family history, and I'm just gonna stop talking. Let's taste this, because I literally have no idea. How delightful too that, let's come back and look at this. It's red and green, 2 different colors for Christmas. I didn't even plan it that way, it just happened. You know, it's serendipitous. Let's just try this. So this is a fried fish with a tomato sauce that I made. Let's taste it. Mmm. Delicious. You know what makes it? I forgot to mention this. Put a little bit of lemon zest on there. Fresh, bright, delicious, delicious. A bit of fresh parsley would make this just stand out. Well, let's taste this one. Now we're gonna try the green one, the spinach one. It's healthy because it has green things in it. Just ignore the 2 cups of cream. Mmm, decadent. Oh. Now I'm gonna use my fork. And instead of a cracker or whatever, we'll just taste this ceviche with delicious onion, a little bit of the cilantro, an explosion of citrus delicious. Oh, So, you know, this is always one of my favorite parties, one of my favorite gatherings. We sometimes have 100 people come through the house during this open house for 7 fishes. Of course, we're not doing that this year. All right, as Judy Garland says, someday soon we'll all be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow, all right? That's where we are. But I hope that you find time to bring those things that bring you joy, those flavors, those festivities that you usually do over the holidays. But I hope you do them safely, all right? I don't want any big gatherings. I don't want to hear about sad stories about people being sick because you weren't paying attention, all right? It's a scary time in the world. But I'm excited for the vaccine. Excited that these healthcare workers have been working so hard and our scientists have been working so hard to make sure that we can all get back to life pretty normal, pretty soon. Let's hope. But I'm sending you love, light, this Christmas if you celebrate it. I can't wait until next time when you come to my kitchen.